Hello guys, it's Kristen here, and I may have spent some money on a pretty good deal that wasn't a pre-order. But in front of us, as you can see, I have a Megahouse box, and it says Lucrea on the bottom. So what I'm going to show you today is actually, I found someone on MFC selling the Akari and Ichigo Cosmo set from Aikatsu. I got them from the seller for $200, which is actually a pretty good deal when you compare them to the aftermarket price. And this one actually comes with the Cosmos base. The Cosmos base is actually, I think was a separate special you got if you ordered it from the Megahouse shop, or you could just buy it separately. So this is just the outer box that it came in for it. And if I go up top to the box, inside the box you will see that you have Ichigo's box, which is pink. You have Akari's box, which is blue. And then this white box right here is actually the Cosmo base box. So this doesn't have anything else in here but the base to display the two girls together. So let's begin by grabbing said box. We're going to move him over. I'm going to take him out. The girls are already out of the box, but I do want to show you each of the girls' box. So let's start with the girl who started Aikatsu in the first place. Ichigo's box. So as we can see, Ichigo's box is a pink color scheme. It says Lucrea, it says Cosmos on the side because that was their subunit. This also happens to be the subunit that's in the Aikatsu My Starway movie. So the front of the box says Aikatsu Ichigo Fushimiya. Says the version, it is a 1/7 scale made by Megahouse and is from Aikatsu. So here is the front of the box with a big window to show the girl. Here is the side of the box that says the similar words to the front. Here's the back of the box showing a front and back view of Ichigo herself, and has the warning labels. And on the side we get a big picture of Ichigo, has the same 1/7 scale pre-painted figure and Lucrea. And the bottom of the box is plain boring white. So now that is Ichigo, who is pink, and we've already have an Ichigo from Megahouse. So I actually brought her out to compare with this Ichigo. But Akari, this is her first and only Aikatsu figure. So let's check her out. Now, unlike Ichigo, Akari's box is blue and actually has a pink inner lining. So hers says Aikatsu, her name Ozora Akari, Cosmos version, 1/7 scale. We have the side of the box. We have the back of the box showing the full front and back image of Akari with the same labels. And the big picture of Akari on the box. Now inside the Ichigo and Akari boxes will come with their single base. I currently have the girls on the double base, so I will show you both their single bases. So Ichigo comes with a base that is kind of this pink peachy color. It says her name, Ichigo, and has a crown with a blue interior and has the wings. Whilst Akari has a blue base with her name, and the crown has a pink exterior. So when you compare, these are the size of the two bases when you stand them next to each other. Something to note is that with Ichigo's peg, it is thicker and shorter, and with Akari's, it is thinner and longer. Now this comes in handy when you have to put them on something like the Cosmos base. So I'm going to put the girls onto these separately so they can get their own spin. So give me a second. Alright, I got them onto the base. So first up to the block is the Happy Genki Blonde girl herself. This is Ichigo. So this is Ichigo on her base. She only goes on with one peg. She is relatively easy to put on. So first I'll give her a spin around from far away. And we will go in for some closer details. So here is Ichigo's face. Big happy girl smile, her bright red eyes. She has no teeth in that big mouth of hers. She has her iconic red bow. And something on this Ichigo and the Akari is their hairs are both pearlescent. So if I turn her to the back, you can see that her hair is quite a pearlescent sheen. She does have shading toward the tips of her hair. She has both of her hands splayed out to where you can see the creases of the palm. And if I flip her hands this way to the back, her nails are also painted a pink color. She's wearing these feather cuffs that have blue shading and have gold bands around them. With Ichigo's top, she has a necklace with that same little blue crown and the feathers. She has these feathery sleeves. In the center of her top, she has this blue brooch with this what looks like a feathered flower. She has a lighter pink top that kind of looks like it's a tube top style because the sleeves do not seem to attach, so they're more like shoulder cuffs at that point. Something to note on this, if you can see it in the camera, is that this layer and a couple other layers on the skirt actually have physical glitter on them. The white tends to have this blue shading, like you can see here, with this ruffle of the skirt, some of the ruffles on the feathers, and then her big scalloped skirt near the bottom. She has the layers of the skirt. She has this pink feathered layer with the glitter that you can actually feel. She has this darker pink mid layer that almost seemed like a satin finish, and then the bottom is kind of this gradiented pink and lighter pink and has that iridescent shimmer, as you can see from right here. And she has her bottomed layered scallop skirt. If we flip her to the back, she has this big lighter pink bow that actually has these tails coming off it. Now, something to note when you do kind of like try to grab her is these do move a bit, so they are looser. And she has that same blue brooch similar to her top, but on her back. You can kind of see her back here, but her hair covers it. She has nice ears. She has a very pointy nose. If we scroll down to her legs, here are her legs. Now, something I noticed as soon as I put her on here was I know that Ichigo works out and climbs mountains sometimes, but dang, girl, you have muscles on these legs. I mean, I got girls with legs, but she's got some muscles on there. So she was standing on one foot, will look like this. Going down towards her shoe, she has a similar cuff to the top, where it is that feathered kind of material on a gold band for both shoes. The front shoe actually has this little bracelet, and it's only on the one shoe, but it's got white and gold beads and has this blue gem hang off of it, and it is loose, so you can move it around depending on the side. She has pink shoes with these lighter white/blue soles, and on the toe is that same feather and brooch detail. So if I go back up to the girl, put her in focus, and put her center camera, this is what she looks like from above. Say if you were to have her on a lower shelf, here she is if you say have her on a higher shelf, and then here is about eye level with her. Now, to take a break before we do Akari, I mentioned before they have made another Ichigo, so I want to compare them. So this over here is the Ichigo in the school outfit. They're both made by Megahouse, and something I can see right away is the fact that this one's taller. They're both the same character. This one's taller, even with her being on one foot. The other thing I've noticed is with their faces, like she has more of like a slender face with her round eyes, whereas this one seems to have like very round face, round eyes. The hair at the back, again, this one doesn't have the pearlescent. I honestly kind of like this hair better because it has the separated strands. For the back, it has the movement to it. So I'll scroll them to the side. Here you can see them both from the side, from the back. Here is their legs. This one has like super long legs. I thought this Ichigo seems so short. Like if I line this up to where you can see them, you can see that this one is definitely taller than this one. And it's not even a, like, oh, she's scrunched up. I think they just made this one shorter than the other one. But both Ichigos are cute. They're both different enough to where if you're worried about having both Ichigos, I don't think that's a problem. If you would like my personal opinion on which Ichigo I think is actually better if you had to pick one, I would actually say this one. Only because it's Ichigo in her first outfit. She's not tied to a set. You can have her by herself. They did also make the Ran and the Aoi, so they can be together. But you can also just have Ichigo by herself. It's not as if she's tied to having, like with the Cosmos Ichigo. So now that we've gotten the Ichigos out of the way, if Ichigo liked Mizuki and looked up to her, Ichigo had one that looked up to her, and her name was Akari. So this is Akari's first and only figure. I'm part of the team that says they need to make way more Aikatsu girls. So let's give a spin around of our Happy Genki Akari. And going for some close-ups. Now, compared to Ichigo, Akari has hot pink eyes. She also has an open mouth, again with no teeth. In this one, she has very kind of like orangey hair, but in the show, it does not quite lean this orange. She has the pink bow that is off to the side, which is a nod to Ichigo's bow, that she used to wear her hair like Ichigo. Here is her hair from the back. It has that same pearlescent sheen. It does have those darker points toward the tips. Again, I do kind of wish they separated these more, but you can see with Akari's hair back here, it is double layered to where her hair is shorter. While we are back here, I'm going to point out that her hands are actually painted a much darker pink than Ichigo's nail polish. If we flip Akari back to the front, we can see that while Ichigo had the crown with the blue, she has the crown with the pink for a necklace, and her brooches are all of these hot pink colors. Both girls have earrings in that same color, and Akari's top is more of a one sleeve to where it has the top that has the feathers coming out of it and has the sleeve here on the right, but she is bare shoulders. She's bare shoulders on this sleeve, but she is wide open on that one. She has the same feathery cuffs with the gold band on each arm. She has the pink gem as part of her applique, and you can kind of see it as I turn Akari, and this is what I found cool with hers, is she has this mainly blue color scheme for the dress, and she has this lighter bordering kind of teal, more blue-green sash, but they've added this pink iridescence to parts of her outfit, which really helps to tie in those pink gems that she is wearing. Another difference from the girls is that while Ichigo had the feathers on both sides of the top of the skirt, Akari has the feathers leaning more on one side of the bottom of the skirt. I like how they have it so some of the feathers point up in different directions. You can actually see the little kind of cuts in the feather. And similar to Ichigo, she has those spots of the glitter that you can see, such as on this feathery top layer, the dark blue middle, and then this lighter blue layer, which I am looking at the lighter blue layer, and I can see it on the Ichigos as well, but there's actually a blue shift on this layer of this skirt, and Ichigo's actually has a pink shift. So I don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera. And then flipping to the back, she has that similar white scallop skirt that is shaded with the blue. On the back, she actually has a dark pink bow. And while Ichigo's bow had these big tails on the back. Akari's is more made into like a 4-leaf clover kind of shape that has no tails and has the same pink brooch. Akari, just like Ichigo, she be working out because she's got some pretty good calf muscles and she's got some good, like I can see the shadow here on the leg. Unlike Ichigo, she actually has this garter on this leg, while Ichigo didn't have one. And going down to the shoes, we have the same gold straps with the feathers at the ankle. Akari has that same little bracelet or anklet that is free, except for she has the pink gems. And her shoes are darker blue with the lighter blue soles and the pink gems on the toes. So again, here is Akari. They have only made her from her season and did not make any more of her friends, which I find is a shame. So now what I'm going to do is actually grab Ichigo back and I'll let you see how they look when you have them with their separate bases. So here they are with their bases that are separate. Usually, and this is even how it is on the Cosmos base, the girls would be facing this way. So you would have Ichigo on the right in the footage, and you would have Akari on the left in the footage. So here, both girls together. Here's how much space happens to be between the girls, and how much space they roughly take going from side to side compared to the turntable. So let's give them a spin in this form. I do find it nice that if you didn't get a Cosmos base that you can have their separate bases, because this allows you to, say in a collection, you can split them up and put them on different sides of the room, where the Cosmos base, as you're going to see, is bigger and will take up more room. So speaking of the Cosmos base, and I will leave the girls back there, the Cosmos base, when you pull it out, is like this, so you can see the girls through it. So the Cosmos base is this peachy color. It says Akari and Ichigo Cosmos, and has both of their bows. It has Akari's on the left in the footage, and Ichigo's on the right. It is this flower circle going around the base, and has the 2 spots for them to stand. Now, when I mentioned earlier about Ichigo has a thicker peg than Akari, you can also just use the bows. Akari goes on that one, Ichigo goes on that one, and the bases do match up with how they are said earlier. So now if I flip this bad boy around and just show you in comparison to the 2 girls, that's how big the base is. It rivals, if you have the, or if you do not know, Megahouse made the Eureka in the Gothic dress, and I call her base a dinner plate. This rivals Eureka's dinner plate. So now let me take the 2 girls off, put them on here, and you can see what they look like in their combined form. Okay, I now have the girls on the combined bases, the combined base. So here you can see again how much space it now takes up when they are combined together. Something I've noticed, I will need to look back if this is just with this set, but with this one, Ichigo's hand is like right in Akari's face. So again, I don't know if over time being on this, like Ichigo should have been tilted more, if I need to put, say, like a little support to kind of lean her that way so her hand's not in Akari's face. But again, I will do a spin around with the Cosmos base. So here they are together. Again, you can really see the distance. I like that they take up less space there, because it makes them closer together. Again, we'll go in nice and close and do a spin around. Like here you can really see just how close Ichigo's hand is from Akari's face, from the back, from the side, back to the front, going down, from the side, to the back, to the other side, and back to the front. So right now, my plan is to actually have the girls displayed with Cosmo's base. Again, the Cosmo's base is really nice if you like for them to be in closer proximity to each other as compared to with their separate bases. Again, the thing throwing me off is if I line this up so it is straight with the camera, Ichigo's hand looks like it is in Akari's poor eyeball. So again, it makes me think, did this have to be maybe shimmied over? Or is it just an issue where maybe I need to put Akari in first and then Ichigo? Because I put in Ichigo first. And then put in Akari first. So I'm actually going to try that. Give me a second. I did just try to put it the opposite. So I put Akari in first and Ichigo in second. Still ends up the same. So I will close out the video here. So this is the Megahouse, Lucrea, Aikatsu, Ichigo, and Akari Cosmo set. With 2 more Aikatsu girlies to the collection. I really, really love them. And again, this is the only set that you can actually get Akari in. So if you want to have more characters, then you would need to get Akari for the full scales. Because besides Ichigo, it's Ichigo, Akari, Ran, Aoi, Eureka, and then from Megahouse. And then there is the Shirogane Lily from Aikatsu Stars, or Aikatsu Stars, or Friend, no, Aikatsu Stars, and she was made by Alpha Omega. So Aikatsu in itself only has roughly 6 scales and 2 Ichigos. So, hey, companies, I would buy more of the Aikatsu girlies if you made them. I mean, I have a favorite. I mean, if you want to give me an Otome, I would gladly take an Otome. I would just gladly take more of these girls. I want more Aikatsu representation. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye!